Hey everyone, how's it going? Alright, it's time to keep going. Maybe this is the last stream, I'm not sure, of the game, of the first game. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. Is the one? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's February 25th. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. I'm trying to remember all the things that happened until now. I remember that the trial had to be postponed because it got out of hand again. Because the jury went crazy again. But I don't remember why. Why? Shit, I guess they might remind us now. I'm not sure. Okay. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. He always interrupts everything. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. And he comes back. Yep. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around while on duty. Is this? On top of it, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Oh, I thought I already went through this dialogue, but I think it's repeating. Okay. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Oh, it is different. Okay. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law. What is that? It looks like a kid's book. What? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. Okay. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. Okay. And the chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said if you're planning to take him on, him I guess is Gant? No, it's Gant, right? We're going to need this book. Him? Guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. From Miss Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. Oh. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwittingly caused the man's death. And now, oh right, that's what happened. Okay. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You cannot be kidding me, pal. Sorry for the throat clearing. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. Okay. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Oh boy. February 25th. Courtroom number 9. Okay, we're back in the courtroom. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. Solution? That being the case, prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It will prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. I guess that will work. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well, the defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call for the next witness. Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, oh boy. This trial is as good as over. Oh boy, I might as well say, okay. I think they're gonna ask me who I need to call, right? Oh, no. Okay, this trial is as good as over. Yeah, the bar on the top right appeared, so... Yeah, okay. The defense calls. Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. A real murderer? I think it's Gant. I think the murderer is Gumshoe. What if it's Gumshoe after all this? I want to say Gant. Though he might not seem it, he stopped talking to PD. Gant. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. Okay, sorry for that pause, I need to hydrate, okay. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. I think I nailed it. Okay. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. Okay. So, you want to play hardball, huh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gann. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gann, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, right. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Okay. Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this? Oh, music stop. Okay. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You're aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Alright, see this. SL9 incident. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Okay. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. Okay, that's weird. I see, everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. Oh boy. I'm not sure. So I recall, hold on, first of all I wanted to check the... No, that's not what I wanted to do. So I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Okay, let's press it then. I want to do something else. I want to go to the court record and read these. There you go. Rules for submitting evidence. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Unregistered. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, let me go. So 9, what is this? Oh, the evidence, right. Just trying to refresh my memory with the things we have. That was scanned. We never typed that. Did we confirm that was scanned with the 777? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. Okay, after winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. Okay. Okay, that was... okay. The questioning... Okay, statement. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Tarek made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs, I guess you could say. He got lucky. Now, what's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart though. Okay. That's not funny. Yeah, exactly. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Okay. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Derek was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Okay, next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Okay. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. What does arrange mean? How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. Alright, because she moved supposedly she moved the body, right? Okay. It had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk. Yes. Okay. That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway. Okay. You can see I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the card record. Bruh, I can't talk. Worthy, always a smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Can to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Can to the incident. Huh. Didn't I have I'm gonna save here. I think I had something from his desk. No, from his safe, right? Only Chief Can's safe. Evidence for something. But what? Where's Emma Sky's print? Half of this list was in Can's desk. I guess one of these, I think, because these were in his safe. Okay, Marshall's fingerprint. Evidence for past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Can's request. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try, but not at this statement. Okay. Okay. This one, yeah. Present this. Yes, music stop. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list for example. I think any of those things would have worked. Yeah. That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. What? No words now? Not only that, but a piece of this chart that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Got him. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then? Then you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Oh, he's gonna accuse me to plant the evidence. Okay, I see how it is. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Rido? Nope. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. Poor Dick. Okay. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. Okay. Evidence on forgery. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. If they were found after Dark was convicted, okay. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. So he's saying you put those after the... okay. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Okay, I heard that. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know... Alright, Yachi. In return, though... I know, that place, right? Oh, where are these guys telepathic? Telepathetic. I was about to say telepathetic. Okay. 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 Gonna save first of all. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Okay. I appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Wright's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Okay, anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. And if concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. Okay, they were found after Dark was convicted and they're worthless. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Sure. Sure thing. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Righto. Think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Why is that? How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent? Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma's guy. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would of course be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is a sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to make chief anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Oh? Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Okay. There. It's out in the open now. Achi, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Okay. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. What would that mean? Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself though. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Lana? He did help her get to the to be the chief of prosecutors, right? Okay. Point out accomplice. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Can may have helped forge evidence? Lana? Lana. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Can, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Can. Alright, because he did that to have control over the Prosecutor's Office, right? Yeah, I think that's why. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Exactly. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh my god. Aji, you're slow sometimes? Okay. Oh wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Okay. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her. Right on, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I control Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Can. I'm afraid without any proof this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about Goodman, the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Oh, okay. Nice, edgy. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Can is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Nani? Okay. Order, I said order. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront. This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder, that's impossible. Impossible. Okay. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. Okay, it's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Can is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Better save. Okay. There you go. Better be good. Show us this evidence that this Chief Can to the murder of that ties Chief Can to the murder of Detective Goodman. Okay. I think it's this one. The 777. Yeah, that's for SL9. Or it could be the files of the incident. No, it's not that. I mean, they worked on that case together, so maybe. I'm gonna say this. Or yeah, I'm gonna say this. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. Yeah, I think I nailed it. Okay. Couldn't determine the owner of... Oh, I butchered that phrase. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 77777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? Because it's the number of his safe? The safe in Chief Can's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Can, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Okay, order. Chief Can, what do you have to say? Oh, he mad. Nothing. The defense search of my office was in violation of regulations, and I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you. Okay, we got into trouble. About the use of this ID card. He mad? He angry? Okay, Chief Can, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Where is the evidence room or the bathroom? What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you enter the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gan? I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. Because of the award? What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gan met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to... Oh shit, I couldn't save. The victim went to meet Chief Gan on the day of the crime. The award... This was... No, this was Edgeworth, okay. I want to say the award. I'm not sure. No, there's got to be something more solid than this. Okay. Okay. On that day, Septicuma had to go see Chief Gan. Sorry to drop your mumblings. Okay, I'm gonna save here now. I don't care that I lost a thingy. Okay. Okay. But the court is waiting. Oops. Why don't you come meet with me tomorrow? Perhaps you could write up your letter of termination. Regardless, you did see Detective Goodman that day. In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence, show proof. Okay. Okay. Is this... Oh, hold on. Half-written document dated can only be submitted to... Oh, there we go. That's it. The half-written document dated 2/21 can only be submitted to the Chief of Police. And Goodman wrote that. Yeah, Goodman wrote that and had to give it to Kent. There you go. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. You would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filled it. He filled it. How do you know? You ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gan. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Got him. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Yes, exactly. But wait, The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. What? Oh, I get it. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done... Oops. Sorry, but that's not possible. Why not? Hold on, let me think. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Oh. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was turned into Super Saiyan. Okay. Chief Ken, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur of the moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just order an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Ken, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. I'm gonna say it. Okay. Okay. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. What the screwdriver? How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, chief can't use this. To move the victim's body, evidence from past cases of Edgeworth. I never used this thing. Brought back to his office by Ken's request. What does he say? No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. What could he use for moving it? I'm not sure, but since it said that it was something that was useless in my thing. Wait. Is it this? No. No, no. Oh. The blue badger? Could be the blue badger. I mean, it's big, you can use it as platform? I don't know. This. Oh, I think I nailed it. Well, I see. Maybe I'll use this later to move your dead body, Mr. Wright. Huh? No. I'll help you dispose of it. Okay, it wasn't that. I thought I was smart. Okay. Chief Ken stayed at the PD and Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office. That leaves only one possible way he could have moved the body. The only problem is, how did he get him to do it? Maybe that piece of evidence really did have something to do with this case. Yeah, that still makes me... How could the chief have moved the body? Okay. Yes, that thing he said makes me feel... The screwdriver might have been... This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? I think I nailed it somehow. I'm not sure why, but... Okay. But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the... Oh... Right, because he wasn't... Oh my god, I realize now. He put the body on Edgeworth's car, and he told him to give it that thing to him, right? To give the screwdriver to Ken. So Edgeworth moved the body accidentally. I see. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... he realized it. I was asked to go by Chief Ken, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Okay. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Ken asked you to. You mean Yup. The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. There we go. Detective Goodman's body was carrying the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transfer the body to your accomplice. To transfer the body to your accomplice. Miss Lana Sky. There we go. Order, order, order. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the... rebuttal? Rebuttal? What is that? What does that even mean, bro? To the defense's outrageous accusations? Or to rebut... I don't know. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not... This was not a... This was... that's wrong, I think. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Ken, please say something. I believe... Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Wright, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to... We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. What the hell? But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. We're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, I think you had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gann is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Oh boy. I'm saving, but I don't think I do. Oh my god, is this case gonna keep going? Oh my god. Proof that Chief Gann murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body? Do I have any concrete proof? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no yet. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present I have no conclusive evidence. CIG? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. Oh no. What? Here's a tip, never gamble with what you can't afford to lose, Wright. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Archie, I'll leave the rest to you. Nope. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Oh. Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth? What do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gann has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions. Raising this trial, someone right in this very room. Lana? Lana Sky? Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? Saving again. Okay. She may not be willing to tell the truth. Oh, he said she. Okay. But we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls for Lana. The defendant? Miss Lana Sky? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21. Her task to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Okay. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Who is? Huh? Chief Gann, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. Oh boy. Oh no, he's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Oh my god. This dude is threatening her in public. What do you mean? That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. Wow. Wow. This isn't good. Of course you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I got a large steak to meet. Boy, this dude. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this card is now in recess. Okay, my god. February 25, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief is something else, eh, pals? Except the gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. What? My office? Sure. I'll take the place of the top knotted girl you used to work with. Oh, she wants to replace Emma or no, or wow, I forgot her name. Maya, that's her. Oh god, I forgot her name already. Okay, you mean Maya? Still looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gan's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Oh, what are those risks? Risks. Okay, what did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? What? Who these? Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all, just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gan's order. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. We live in a society. Okay. Chief Gan may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Oh boy. To be continued. Okay. My god, this just keeps going. Okay, where's this called? It was already called Final Day Ladder, so what is it gonna be now? I'm gonna be saving here. Okay. It's Trial Ladder 2, okay. Alright, how many trial ladders are there gonna be? Okay. February 25, District Court, Quarter number 9. Now then, Will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? Okay. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Okay. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gan. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gan. Okay. Gan and the fabrication. I worked alongside Gan for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. You're lying though. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana, if this is true, then that means Chief Gan has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? It's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay, here we go again. Okay. Alright. Time to save. Worked alongside Gan for years. Has press on everything, as usual. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. She's 29? Okay. Detective Gan and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gan was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stopped Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor war knife was stuck into the victim's body. What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. Huh? The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what do you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Okay. I broke out... Oh, this is a new statement. Okay. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body? I think to move the body one, but I'm gonna save just in case. Okay. Yeah, I think move the body. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Can's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Kai moved the body. Okay. We got more statement. Okay. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Okay. Why? Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it will be clear right away what happened. Wait, but the jar... Wasn't the jar on the other side? Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. But I think the jar was on her side of the office. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Oh, that's a new statement? My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. I know. Obviously, she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. To talk more, I worked once again. I think I pressed on everything. Fabricated the evidence. Broke out the tip. Yeah. The pieces of the jar shattered during the event, threatened my plan. The only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Oh boy, I'm not sure how to continue. Wait, can I ask? What did I ask before? The trigger the chart thing? I broke out the tip? I think it was this. I want to see if I can go to the other option. Then you move the body. Yeah, let's skip this. There you go. I can ask the other thing now. Why did you plant the knife? Well, why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness testimony. The reason Miss Kai fabricated the knife. There we go. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. Why? According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. Okay. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes. Because I hated Dark for what he did. Okay. Sister's line. No. Okay. Body, little tail. What do I have? What do I have here? See, this is... Oh no, that's next to the armor. Never mind. I thought that was... Yeah, the jar wasn't on Gant's side then. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Explains the two rules of evidence law. Evidence for something, but what? Evidence for something. This is a weird one that I never used yet. Evidence for something. I have no clue. I knew the weapon found buried in his body. Only motivation was to get Dark and Victor. It had nothing to do with Emma. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna save because I think I didn't save after I got that last statement. Okay. I don't know. She talks about Emma here. This is about Emma. I don't know. I don't think that's it. Could it be faulty? Nope. That's not it. Okay. My only motivation was to get dark and victory. No. Oh, didn't want to do that. Rearrange the crime scene. Yeah, I heard this. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Okay. Huh. Stab in the back. Let me check this again. Cause of death, single stab wound piercing heart, lung. Die from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. Wait, weapon found in wound? It was already missing the tip. Didn't she say it was far from the precision? I don't know. I'm gonna present that. Nope. That's not it. Why? Maybe it's this statement? I'm gonna try. I don't know. No. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness statement? No. Okay. Okay. Alright. Nothing to do with Emma. I don't know. I'm just gonna put this because it said Emma on it. I don't know. No, I'm gonna fail at this. God damn it. Oh, the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Oh, right, the other crime scene. Small tag attached. There was blood on it, though. So... I don't know. Probably not, but... Sure, why not? Nope, that's not it. And done. Okay. Okay. I think I might have to pull the Mr. Walkthrough again in a second. Okay. Discover the defendant guilty. Okay. Okay. That's all. Discover this is true. Okay. And honk. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I might just go ahead and I'm doing nothing here, don't worry. Not checking out walkthrough, no. No, not doing that. No, not at all. Not at all. No, don't worry about it. My god, this case is so friggin' long. Evidence room, what is this? Where is the thing I want? They for trial ladder 2. Okay. The can in the fabrication. Broke of the tape, the pieces of during the event. And what? Present the unstable jar on that statement. Didn't I do that? Oh no, I put it on the other statement. Well, that was kind of close. Okay. Book of the tape, knife, blah blah, fabricating the evidence. I worked alongside Gantt years. Where's the fabricating the evidence 2 years ago? Where is the other part of it? Oh, I think it changed. Okay, that's why. I think. Or was it further? Oh, wait, no. Let's get everything. Okay. I think I have to ask her where she plays. Why she moved the... Was he here? Yeah. Why did you move it? It was are you saying the jar again or not? Yeah, there we go. Oh, so it replaced the other statement. That's what happened. Okay, now I see. That's weird. Piece of a jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. What? I need to present it here? Why? Miss Guy, I understand you how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that true were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Significant? Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Oh, right. I get it now. Oh my god. How could he write that if it was already shattered? Okay. Oh god, that makes sense. Why did it went over my head? Okay. Okay. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Yeah, you mean after the fight? Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Okay. Okay, we're going now. We're going places. Order, order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Okay. Jar and message in blood. Okay. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I whipped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Jar and message in blood. Immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. Present. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Okay, but not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, you would have broken it. I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that tells my case. Lana, you do that for me? It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. You had time to wipe away the blood? I'm afraid this section of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I get every last piece. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana, I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of Prosecutor's Office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister is really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I've finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Oh boy. Is there? I don't know it. There's a contradiction, you say. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. I mean, she did say she had a light thingy, a fucking flashlight, so it was dark. She said it was dark, so I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Does this have a light? No, this won't. The word muffler was overheard. I don't know. Solutions used for scientific investigation. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't know. No. Senior Stubby, Detective, the PD. The rubber glove. On the SL9 incident. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. Did she get them all? But one piece wasn't can't save. I don't know. I think I nailed it somehow. Miss Guy, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We find the final piece of this jar in Chief's can't safe. Hey, there we go. That's what I said. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. Alright, that was clean on that one. She didn't clean that up. Oh. But the witness just testified that she got her every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. So can't when in the crime scene before that. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. There we go. Chief Kang got there before you. There we go. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Oh my god. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gan at the time he was looking. Or Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, okay. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Oh. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No. Oh. Wait. I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gan arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hit one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gan do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gan's aid. Lending her his aid, Gan helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief puppet. Oh, no, I didn't. I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Right, wow. Wow. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gan's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana might be right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell full lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. I told you can't kill Marshall too, okay? There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Okay. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. Okay. Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gan help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Yes? Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword. You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. Oh. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Does have faith in me? What? Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any picture from Lana. I received the book from Lana. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm saving. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. This? Oh, I can examine it now. Okay. Pio? Pio? Oh. Found it. Hey, there's a picture here. Uh-huh. Oh my. Okay. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted criminal affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago taken. Mr. Wright. That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be the cloth we found inside Chief Gan's safe? With Emma's handprint? What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? Yep, that's your handprint. That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whatever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. Those are yours though. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Okay. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body in hold it. Again? What is happening? Come now, Aji. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gan. What? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. Oh boy, he's getting nervous. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Okay. Like when he turns Super Saiyan. Okay. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Rido? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? Oh, it's talking about the cloth. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, I'm assured to be made out as the murderer. Oh boy. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Inquiries? What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present the evidence of the piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? I think I do. Yes, because I mean it was still self-defense, right? If she killed it, show evidence. Okay. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. Alright, the time's finally come to show it didn't. Oh no. Oh no, don't root for me, Emma. Those prints have got to be the chief's. Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? How do you know that? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Wright has checked. Haven't you? Well, whose are they? They are Miss Emma Sky's. What? They're mine. So I really did do it? See, I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? You can't testify. but give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. I presented that evidence. You tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. Oh no, no. No, please someone object. No. Everything hinged on that point. In the end, oh, I couldn't even read. I skipped it by accident. Oops. Well, thank God I saved. Okay. Alright. I guess we don't? Can I show evidence? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Kent? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Kent? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? How do you know about this photo? It looks like part of it's being cut. Looks like part of it's being cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal right. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? What happened now? Well, what are you gonna say now? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Kai. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? Weren't there 3? There was the piece of jar, the cloth, and the piece of... oh no, that was on his desk, I think. The piece of... the second part of the list of evidence. I mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean a piece of cloth? Come on, Wright. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? Will you admit to it then, Chief Can? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Wright. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. Now we should present it? As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Oh boy. Maybe this is the time to present it. I don't know. I'm gonna save again just in case. Alright. Now show it. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence just shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. I can read this again. Do I do it? I guess. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Yeah. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forged? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh boy. You're as slow on the uptake as ever worthy. What? Think about it. Raido had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Oh boy. Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Am I gonna fail again? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is Should I say Emma? Why is it? It didn't let me choose before. Should I blame Gant? Should I forge evidence? I'm gonna say Emma first and then try with Gant. Emma? Emma Sky? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma, but why didn't you tell me? Oh, ho, ho, ho. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still try to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shot Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you monster. Miss Kai. You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Kai, it's not over yet. Oh? What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. Are you sure about that? You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. He's still not faced by it. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? He's still not faced. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. Does it? What did she pushed? I don't know. Okay. What a contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Oh boy. Is it... Was she wearing gloves? This was on the SL9 thingy. The glove? Oh, it's fun watching you squirm, Righto. This piece of evidence does indeed seem to contradict something. Your outward appearance of mental sanity. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Judge. Okay, let's save here then. What am I doing? This cloth was cut from Prosecutor Marshall's desk after he died, and something's definitely not right about it. It's too late to turn back now. It's too late. You're the only one who can put an end to this, right? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Okay. Behold. I don't know. Mm, 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 mm. Oh. Wait, no. There was some... it's a handprint, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I just pressed the wrong button. Okay. Whatever. What is it? 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 Is it this picture? I don't know. Something could be wrong with this. And what exactly? Okay, saying something different. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is a picture Miss Guy took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Oh, it doesn't have blood on it? Wait, there's no blood on it. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. Oh, no, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Can, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armored sword? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, the person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Wow. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? Did you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? With the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Okay. No. Oh boy. It's finally all over. Oh my god. Is it really? Okay. Objection. Who? Huh. What do you have? Oh, that was close, right? You almost had me. What? Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Oh, because I didn't present it before? What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Achi? Earlier, all Wright here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, Oh, but I have the book that says unregistered evidence could be shown if they are relevant to the case, I think. I think that's what they want me to do. So then, what's your excuse, Wright? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me, Kurt? He's sweating though. It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gann's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? Oh. It seems at last the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? I'm gonna say okay. That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I did not. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Aha, so the evidence is illegal. Nope. No. No, it isn't, Mr. Gann. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. Oh, he's sweating profusely. He's nothing but a coward. We can't really... There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I think that's the one. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? Alright, then he said he did put the thing on the safe. You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gann. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes. You played yourself. No. It was then that you approved this cloth. As conclusive evidence, yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon again. The killer was you. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh my god, he's going crazy. Oh my god. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. And you get them out of the force. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Well, I help you, partner. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. Oh? What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. And that's when you kill him. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up as a line. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. Oh, kill him with that knife? I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Okay. Leaving the prosecutor's car aside, how could you get Miss Kai involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments on the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Okay. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me are the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Are we done? Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Aji. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that launch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon again. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melody sounds of a new beginning. Okay. Well, there are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Devangan betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Kai, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gan help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Kite. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh, she smiled, she actually smiled. Okay, I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Kai. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Kai? Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Okay. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already, you think? Okay. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lansky, not guilty. Let's go. Finally. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh boy, that last case was like half of the game. Okay. Okay. At long last, it's finally over. Oh, Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Why, she didn't thank Emma? That's why? You suffer every bit as much as I... okay, you've done well. Is that why you're sad? She didn't mention you? You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. This man's... okay. Oh. Yes, I am. I'll come back later. Come show. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Oh boy. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty? And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. He always says the same thing. You're letting up, pals. I'm only kidding. Okay. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Oh, okay. Lana. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Okay. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gan to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. No? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. Oh, you're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, they both happy. Oh, Emma. Oh, that's cute. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find a way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. Oh, wise words, Wright. Okay, at least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Was he eavesdropping? Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Okay. Okay, bye. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. Oh. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gan was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same. No, you're not the same as him. What you talking about? One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. No, you're not like him. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Kent did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Tim again and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true. But think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. Oh. You were working together with Mr. Wright. Yup. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Yeah. What is this? A pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. Oh boy. I'm gonna save. Okay. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. The cloth? This? That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership. Huh? Mr. Wright, it seems you still have a lot to learn as well. Okay, I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence. Man, it's time for me to go. No, I want to go back. I want to go back and present the right thing. Yep. This book? That might mean something to you. I don't see how it... God damn it. God. No. No. No, I refuse. I want to get it. This? God damn it. Our partnership, what is it? Something that a screwdriver? Or something, but you gave it to me. God damn it. I can't see it. The murder weapon. Something that we found together. It's not this, right? No. No. Hold on. What if it's my badge? Is it? No, okay. I thought it was that because maybe I became a defense attorney because of that. Okay, I don't know. You know, studying a detective at the PD. What is this? All right. I can't. Oh. Didn't he give me this? Yeah, fuck. I can't find it. I have no idea. Oh, it's it. That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Oh, cute. Okay, we complemented each other. Okay, apart we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Okay. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know, it seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Okay. I better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis, I will. And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A new journey, yep, a journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright, here's the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright, you're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Nope. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's it. That's the game. Finally done. Oh god, that last case was... I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was it. I guess we're seeing a bit of the backstory or what happened next, maybe. Okay, but yeah. Nope, gumshoe. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show you can't shake me off that easily. Well, I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him again in the next games. But yeah, that was a fun game, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna play the other ones. I don't know if immediately. Now I'm gonna start the other one. I might do a middle game in the middle. I'm not sure. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes sir, then I can be just like the thick gumshoe. Okay. But yeah. That was tough at some point. Yeah, I had to go to a walkthrough because yeah, most of the time I had the idea where to go, but I didn't. Oh god, why you showing me that? But yeah, I had the idea, but I didn't know exactly what was supposed to be that I had to do. Oh, just broke. Okay. I guess it ran out of batteries. But yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that last case. I think I said it before, but I think they added that case like in the DS version. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak launch? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's guard. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get the water? Oh, Billy is the cactus, right? But yeah, that case I think was added in the DS version and it was so long. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layers... Okay. It seemed to take the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around extra... What? Just make sure not to eat it backwards. I didn't read all of it because... Okay. I struggle with the English. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, that extra case was something else, and it felt like it was just like a DLC thing. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Oh my god. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better... oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. Oh boy. Oh, I think the stream froze. Oh no. Oh well. There we go. It's back. It's good, I think. Nothing suits the soul like fresh country air. Still sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still I can't go back until I'm a fully fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Mystic Maya, okay. Alright, good to see Maya again. See what she's up to. Okay. Who else? Who else do we need to see? Are we gonna see Mia somehow? Is she gonna talk to me through the yeah, oh, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Nope. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. What's going on? Okay, so he's still working there, I guess. Neat. Emma, thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh? What? Open this book? You have a picture of her? Nope. Oh. Oh, that's cute. Little Emma. Okay. Cute. Capcom. Okay. Rise from the ashes. Hey. Alright. That's it. That's the game, I believe. Gonna go back to the title screen. Saving content. Yep. Okay, well, that was it. That was the game. And actually I wanted to go back to one point in the 4th episode. I think I saved it here and I kept it. Because I gave Maya the wrong evidence, just like I did with Edgeworth here. But I wanted to go back to see if I could give her that. I don't even know what the case was about, but kind of want to try to see if I can give her that right evidence. Oh no, I'm way back here. Oh no, I don't even remember this. Okay. I thought I went back there. Maybe it crossed my mind, but I never did it. Okay. No, I have final proof. Final proof. If I remember what the final proof was. Thing from Guru for her. I don't remember. That's a bullet. Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah. Can I skip all this? Let's go to that part. Oh my god, it's so long. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, she mad. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of argument. We're going. Yeah, don't worry about it. And sad music. Yeah, remember that case? Okay, I remember. That was like a year ago. Because the last case was so long. Okay. Yeah, point at him. Okay. Yeah. He's screaming. Oh my god. 15 years earlier. Okay. My god. So much stuff. So much stuff happened. Okay. Come on. I just want to go to that part. Newton, blah blah, and yeah, shot. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Wait, is it keeping it going? Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Hey! Okay. Uh-huh. I just want to go to the part with Maya when she's... No, remember she's in the station. When she asked that, I think. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Okay. My god, this dude. Okay. I didn't see anything about him in the final thing. Okay. Fucking Larry Butts. Okay. Do 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 do. Alright. My god, they took a lot. Alright. Are we at the station? Mm-hmm. No, we're not at the station yet. Okay. Now we're going. No, that's not the station. Bye, Nick. Oh wait, maybe it is this. I'm gonna save here just in case. Okay. No, it was later. I remember there was a station on the background. There it is. Guess I'm too late. Hey Nick, Maya. So you're leaving? Yeah, it's hard being a spirit medium. Think you'll do fine without me. Be good, okay? Oh. Wait, what? I never could have saved ADJOURNED without your help. Oh, here we go. Okay. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard Mia's voice. I heard my sister. Yes, only her voice, but still, it was at the very end. Detective come to help, and the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. You were the only one who could stop on karma, Maya. Okay, I'm gonna say more closer to the decision. Yeah. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wonder. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Okay. Now I'm saving. Okay. I just want to skip the most text if I fail. Evidence? Show my evidence. Okay. Yes, you helped with... I think I showed her the... Well, there's not a lot of evidence, surprisingly, in this other case. I think I showed her the parrot the other time because she helped with that. But... Is it this? A bullet? When Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to the DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me. Nick, thanks Maya, I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. Okay, I think this is the same text now. So this is it. See you soon, Maya. Okay, yeah, this is it. Oh. Thanks, Nick. Okay. That's all my story ends. Time to turn a new page. I can't skip and say goodbye with the same old crazy cast of characters. Blah blah. Okay. Oh no, I can't skip this now. Okay. I can't even fast forward. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna end with this thing. But yeah, that was a great game. It was fun, the dialogues were quirky and all. The characters were great. And yeah, kinda sad that Mia died, 'cause I liked her, but yeah. It was a good point of the story, I guess. But yeah. Yep. That's it for now for Ace Attorney. I'm not sure again if I'm gonna play the second game right away. I don't know, I might do a poll or something on Twitter to ask if people want me to keep playing them or play something else in the middle, but at some point I'm gonna play all of them, that's for sure, or the ones in the trilogy at least. But yeah, because I know there's way more than just this trilogy, but those are, I don't know if they're available on PlayStation or Nintendo. I'm not sure if there are more of these games available on the Switch or the PlayStation. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one. But I don't know, I might take a look into that. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna be playing these 3 games in the trilogy. But yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna be ending it here. And yeah. Tomorrow I'll be playing something. Maybe I'll keep trying to get the trophies on 140. Maybe I'll get that some chats again. And I don't know. Maybe I'll mix it up with some Fall Guys. I'll see about it. But yeah. But yep, that's it for today's stream. And oh god, this woman. Okay. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you everyone that stopped by the stream. Thank you to any lurkers. Thank you to if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching it. And yeah, tomorrow I'll be on Twitch again, tomorrow Sunday, with something, not sure what now, but you'll see. But yeah, for now I'm gonna be calling it here, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow then. Okay everyone, have a good night or good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye everyone. Bye.